Utah has certainly met some very courageous leaders this week who stood up for peace and safety for protesters and others in downtown Salt Lake City.
One of them stood in the way of looters at the 7-Eleven across from the downtown library. Fox 13's Max Roth spoke with him today and joins us now. Max.
Yeah, Bob and Kelly, you know, I let Ken Akers choose his story. He is a former Navy military policeman. He's a businessman. But the story he chose to tell us is about himself in the first or second grade and the moment his father, a retired Air Force man, saved him from believing he was a bad kid.
I drive back to my old neighborhood, you know, where I grew up. And I drive up and down the street and I drive to certain particular spots to reflect. Do it right! You know, I immediately got labeled as the bad kid in the class.
Listen to me as a black man. This isn't the answer.
I was placed in the administrative closet that was inside the principal's office that they kept, you know, the cleaning gear.
This isn't how we do it.
They kept soda, you know, back then during my time, they filled the vending machines with the glass Coca-Cola, you know, bottles. So I just put two and two together. I thought, hey, man, you know, the next time these guys put me in the closet, you know, I'm going to drink up all their soda.
Protest all you want. Protest all you want.
I guess the principal this time had enough with me. And so when my father got down there and we sat, you know, at the end of his desk, and the principal began to tell him his story, you know, my father, the story. And I'll tell you what, I was scared of my father. I just remember looking up at my dad. I could see the kind of the quiver, you know, if you would, when you do become emotional or you become angry or whatever. And I do remember that for a split second. And I remember he slowly panned over and looked at the principal. And he told the principal, "You have had my son locked in the closet." And right then I noticed a whole shift.
Violence is not going to get us nowhere. Nowhere.
And if I would have went down a path of being a criminal or doing the things that go along with that kind of stuff, no one would have ever been able to unveil why I was triggered to do so, because the human psyche is such a mystery.
Listen to me.
And the things that I bring up to you, sir, are the things that are still happening today because people are that naive. They don't understand what they're doing to the youth and the youngsters that are out there. And so they're inadvertently or accidentally changing these young people's lives before they know it.
Ken Akers grew up in Kearns. He says that where racism really hit him was in unspoken expectations. A principal, a policeman, whoever, probably believing they had the best intentions and not getting what their assumptions were doing. Live in the newsroom, Max Roth, Fox 13 News, Utah.